Starting. We are now live. TNF Wrestling, back at it again. Here to talk Raw, Smackdown, and big news today, Frank.
What, something happened today?
I heard there was an announcement or something, maybe.
Really? Did the internet break?
Yeah, for a couple minutes at least. The wrestling internet did, for sure.
Yeah, okay. So, of course, we were talking about the news people have been waiting 2 years to hear. Daniel Bryan has been cleared for an in-ring return.
By WWE officials at that.
I know.
Not just some random quacky.
Not just every doctor in the country or in the world has cleared him, which has been done for the last 2 years. Now Mr. Maroon has finally cleared him.
Moron. I mean, I'm sorry, Maroon. No. I keyed.
So
go ahead.
I'll just say I haven't smiled like this in a long. I can't remember the last time I smiled like this in 2 years. Like I was just I remember I just got back from the gym. I went at the office. I just go to my phone, and I see that I just check Facebook quick, and boom, I see it all over the place. I'm like, what? I'm like, this can't be right. And I remember reading the rumors the last 2 days and over the weekend. There was a lot of, he did an interview, I think, in Abu Dhabi over the weekend saying, I might be close. I don't know.
Okay.
He turned down a match for WrestleMania where they kind of wanted to do the Bret Hart type thing where he didn't take any bumps, but he'd be in the match.
Okay.
With Shane, and with KO and Sammy. And I'm like, all right, maybe they're close. Dave Meltzer's like, I think they're close. I think they're there. And then you got the news today. So I wasn't completely surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think you said the same thing. We weren't completely surprised, but it was still like, wow, they really did it.
There was a point in time when I thought maybe he wouldn't come back just because, it was he got such no's from WWE and then the whole like Divas thing and let's stretch it out or whatever. But when they started this GM thing with him, and at first everything was peachy keen. I remember I even said, like, how is this going to work with two faces in charge of a show? Right? Yeah. Maybe they still just go with the, hey, may the better man win. Maybe Shane's not going to be on air a lot, blah, 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 blah. So it goes on, though, and it's like, all right, so maybe this is the one thing that Daniel Bryan can do to stay kind of in wrestling, hang out with the boys, still have a little bit of freedom, with to go and spend time with his wife, because you don't have to be there every week per se, but but once they started this whatever the fuck it is with Shane, I don't know if I can actually call it a storyline, because it's been hit or miss, it's been on and off, and it's been weird. They had to have been doing it for a reason, and that reason wasn't for Daniel Bryan to do nothing.
No, but they didn't know. I mean, honestly, they didn't know until, I guess, yesterday he was officially cleared, they said.
I can't see them angling a storyline where you expect Daniel Bryan to at some point get physical and never get physical.
Look, like he said, they asked him to do this match, and he said no, because he's like, I want to take bumps. Yeah. He's like, I'm not going to go in there and act like a crippled Bret Hart. So I don't know. This is just them. They book week to week. They don't book 3 months out, 4 months out.
Well, I think all along it was supposed to be some kind of heat between him and Shane. That's how they started it.
And I'm sure in their heads they're like, well, since he's wrestling Shane, he doesn't really need to wrestle, and he doesn't really need to take bumps. Yeah. And that was probably in their head. And that will convince him to do this. But then he said, no, you either clear me or I'm not going in the wrestling ring.
Yeah.
So
at the same time, though, I don't think that if they were still so concerned about his health, they wouldn't put him in it. Like, they haven't done anything physical on stage.
No. Nothing.
There's lots of times when guys are out on injuries and they don't get, they don't get physical. They in fact almost make it too obvious that they're steering clear from physical confrontation of any kind.
Yeah, they're basically treating him like a pregnant woman,
Yeah, like the 9-month pregnant woman on the train, like, oh my God, is she gonna burst?
So it's very interesting, and it's just so many things. The timing, I mean, the history. I mean, listen, he's coming back to the place where he won his championship, and everything came full circle for him. Like he's going to return in New Orleans, where he won the WWE Championship after that crazy year.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so many great stories here.
Which is why I'm sure they decided to do it now.
Yeah,
as like a company, not let's say Daniel Bryan, and not dealing with storylines and wrestling or whatever, but the fact that you can, because then now they're gonna have like what do they call their 30 for 30s, the WWE
24-hour special,
whatever. Yeah. So
yeah, like I can't wait to see the 24 thing, like just seeing him backstage and how nervous he's gonna be, and
they're gonna talk about how why waited so long, and this and that, and oh my god, and WrestleMania and New Orleans and this and that, and the timing was perfect. So, oh my god, storybook ending. Yeah.
And I just want to go back to, like, I remember the retirement night, and it was kind of like, it was this time of year too, right? Well, I think it was a little earlier, but it was like maybe February or March. I don't remember when the retirement was exactly announced, but we were all like, kind of, okay, maybe he's going to return. They're going to announce his return. And then we saw it was really the retirement. And, we've heard speeches. We've heard Shawn's speech. We heard Edge's speeches,
Sure.
But his speech, I mean, really got to you, and you felt him. You felt it so much with him, because the guy was, I think he's a little younger than me, or maybe around the same age as me. So I think he was 35 at the time, which is 2-3 years ago. And now he's, I think, same age as me, like 37, 38. And I remember writing the piece on it about how connected it was, and just seeing this guy who's being told you can't do what you love to do anymore, and just what that would do to a person.
Sure. And
just how much we connected with him, as fans, and he was us. And I wrote it tonight, like in his speech, even when he's speaking tonight, I'm like, this is what is missing from wrestling. Guys like him, where you don't ever think he's scripted. You don't really ever think he's scripted. He's just so real, and you really feel what he's doing. And like, how Rock and Austin used to say, to be successful, you have to be yourself times 10.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan is himself. That's it. He is just who he is. This is who he is. He's a good guy, very humble, common person, doesn't need materialistic things. Just feel it with him. And it's just, he has that something nobody else has. And like, even our friend Jim was saying, he goes, I don't think I'm going to watch Mania this year. And we're like, why? He's like, it's just, there's nothing there to grab you this year. There's nothing special this year. Like, I think Undertaker's not even special anymore. He's like, where's the hero?
He's also a coward now, apparently.
Yeah. And it's like, where's the hero? Where's the Hogan? Where's the Austin? Where's the, where's even the John, the old John Cena? Like, where is that guy? And he's right. We don't have it anymore.
The larger than life characters. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have it anymore. It's true. And this just happens. And I texted him, and I'm like, your hero's back. Are you good? He's like, I don't know yet. I'm like, watch SmackDown tonight and tell me you're not. And I'll talk to him tomorrow. I want to see what his reaction is.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I think he gave us everything we could want tonight. I mean, the speech, and, I was getting emotional just listening to him talk. Like, even especially about his wife, how supportive she was, and how much she was there, and how much she pushed him. I mean, not every wife's going to do that, especially in their situation.
Sure.
He's gone through what he's gone through. You just had a kid. You want to risk it all.
Yeah.
Because you need to wrestle again. We don't need the money. I make a shitload of money. You're still working there behind the scenes. Like, is it worth it? And she still supported him and pushed him. And I don't think a lot of wives would have done that. They would have said, no, stand back. So it was just a good speech all around. And it was just fun. And he just knows how to get to you. I don't know what it is. He just reaches you and connects with you in a way.
About him.
Yeah, he's just a very genuine guy. And then end of the night, you get the confrontation with Kevin Owens and Sammy, and they attack him. And I don't think any of us, I kind of knew they were going to attack him. I got that feeling.
Oh, sure.
But I did not think he was going to fight back and go like full Daniel Bryan on them.
I'm surprised he did the
bump on the apron,
drop kicks.
Yeah.
When he first did that, I was like, oh shit. And at first he kind of like.
But did you notice what he did?
One, he grabbed the ropes. He kind of angled himself that way. But the last 2 or 3, he was going fucking full Daniel Bryan again.
But did you notice that he angled it kind of in a way? He didn't go like straight forward. He turned his body a little so he'd land on his shoulder instead of his head.
Yeah. And he was grabbing onto the ropes. He the first 1 or 2 were even like more throwing himself on the ropes than at the guy,
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, the last 2 got like were old Daniel Bryan, and I don't
want to get too much into detail, but I'm telling you, they barely touched him on everything they did to him. I don't know if you look closely enough, like the super kicks, anything near his head, they didn't touch him.
Yeah. But then also too, then they did the fucking powerbomb at the end.
Yeah, but that's the thing on the apron, which is not even affecting your head. So I thought that was okay.
No, absolutely no, dude. There's no way for him to stop his head from whipping back, and it's not the impact of his head on something; it's the impact that his brain takes.
Yeah,
for the concussions. And there's no way, there's no amount of protection that you can do for that move not to be slightly dangerous.
Yeah,
I trust Kevin Owens. I trust Daniel Bryan. I trust Sami Zayn. I think I feel in normal circumstances, I have no problem with them pulling off that move.
Mm-hmm.
You just came back from neck, shoulder, nerve issues, and you did that fucking powerbomb on the fucking apron. And I'm sure that was Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, he probably said, "Give me the full works." He goes, "I want to see if I can go."
In fact, I'm not even sure if that was cleared. In fact, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Daniel Bryan may be in trouble tonight.
Yeah, good buddies from ROH days.
Yes. But yeah, it was, and also too, seeing Daniel Bryan like that, seeing him be able to do more than step in a ring, was cool.
It was very cool. I was just like, wow. I was just in shock. I really didn't think they'd go there the first night. Like, I was just in shock and all. But I'm sure he was just probably like, Vince, I'm ready to go. Give me something physical to do tonight. I want to feel a bump. I want to do something.
Yeah, I could see them him getting beat up, him even fighting back, and them like, rustling and tussling on the floor and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I didn't expect to see him doing the end-to-end kicks and the power bomb thing at the end. Yeah, so it was cool. It was interesting to see.
He's doing this in jeans and a freaking sports coat.
Yeah.
And moccasins, basically.
At least rip it off of him a little better. Get it off, get that jacket off.
Yeah. So
hopefully he was wearing socks at least.
I don't know. He's weird. He's a hippie.
Exactly. But he's a hippie that lives in the cold, so maybe he likes socks.
Yeah. Could be.
You're right. So definitely excited to see that.
The other thing I want to mention is we had continuity, Thad.
What?
We had continuity. We had an explanation of what he was doing the last 3 months. He explained, I was living vicariously through you. Yes, I was on your side. Oh, yes, I did have your backs. That's crazy.
The one fucking continuity thing, and it's that.
But listen, that's good. I mean, the storyline went full circle, and I think, even though I think they had no idea what they were doing at the time, they got a good ending with it. And it's a good story going into WrestleMania.
Yes and no. I hate the fact that they've built this whole thing on the Shane versus Bryan aspect of it.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden it's just like you guys went far, you beat up Shane, and then you beat up Bryan, and now they're gonna put all their differences aside. Squine did never fucking address it again, probably, and just fucking move forward. That aspect of it, I don't like.
I get that, but it's kind of like the minute he got cleared to wrestle again, it's like, hey, I don't need to live vicariously through you guys anymore. I can do it on my own now. So he went back to full form baby face and being the guy who's doing the right thing.
Well, Daniel Bryan was always the baby face in the thing, I thought.
Yeah, but he wasn't. He was so confused. I don't know what they were able to do and what came off.
his whole point was that they should be fair and whatever. And then Shane started screwing people, and that's where they started having their conflict. It's like, you screw the guy out of the match. Of course he's going to be pissed off. Yeah, he shouldn't have punched you in the face. Yeah, we suspended him, or whatever the case may be, blah, 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 blah. But his point was always, Shane, when they get in the ring, let them do what they, if they cheat or they do something, then whatever. But it was like Shane was always down there during their matches. Shane was this, Shane was that. And then at the pay-per-view, he literally, for no reason, cost both of them championships.
Yeah.
Whether what they did the next night or the 2 nights, I guess, later, negates that or whatever, I don't know. I don't care. But at the time, that, so I don't know. But yeah, so now all that's done, and Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon, and also too, I'm glad Bryan's back. I'm glad if that match does make it to Mania, that he'll be wrestling at WrestleMania in New Orleans, and kind of like this is like he can kind of take New Orleans as a bookshelf and kind of like compress that part of his life.
Mm-hmm.
It's he can move past that part, at least for now, right?
Yeah.
Who knows how long, honestly, he will have. There is no magic. The injuries and the seriousness of what he had is serious, and there's a reason it happened. Now, he can take all the precautions he wants. He can do all the holistic medicine and treatments and whatever you want. But when there's an issue, especially one as serious as that, you're not just magically back to 100%, So I would, if you're a Daniel Bryan fan, definitely enjoy the shit out of everything that's happening right now, because who knows how long it can last.
Yeah.
Now, granted, look at Shawn. They thought Shawn was done with that first back injury, and he was out for a while. But he found whatever. He found God. God fixed his back, and he wrestled for another fucking, I don't know, what was it, 6 to 8 years or something like that, or whatever.
Yeah, we're talking back versus brain. I mean, it's two completely different things.
No, absolutely. But, I'd like to think that Daniel Bryan could have a Shawn Michaels-ish.
Well, I think as long as he does a Shawn Michaels schedule, like Shawn wasn't really full time. I can't remember. Maybe he was, but he wasn't wrestling every week. He wasn't.
When he came back, he was, and then
he wasn't doing house shows. You think like every week? You think he was doing all that?
Oh yeah, especially when they had the DX stuff. Sure, absolutely.
But I always felt when they were doing DX, I kind of felt like they weren't wrestling like hardcore match. He wasn't going crazy.
Yeah, but you're still traveling. You're still doing stuff. You're still taking bumps every night, even if it's a lighter schedule. He's also a fucking older dude, So
yeah, he was an old guy too at the time. I mean, he was no spring chicken.
Yeah, especially when Triple H brought him back again after he was retired.
Oh, when he went to get him at the kitchen.
Yeah, he was working as a lunch lady basically, or whatever the fuck it was. But yeah. And he super kicked the guy with the salad. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably Ty Dillinger then too.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, hopefully Daniel Bryan could have a Shawn Michaels-esque come from the brink of retirement kind of thing,
and go out on his own terms. That's what you hope, and hopefully he'll have a lighter schedule. I don't think he's going to work full time, so everyone do not expect to see him wrestle every week on SmackDown. You may not even see him at house shows. I don't know what they're going to do.
I'd hope not.
No, and let's hope his moveset changes. Hopefully he stops with the headbutts and the suicide dives a little. I know he loves the suicide dives, but
yeah, incorporate the frog splash more. Or at the time, I remember discussing it, who knows how long ago now, but I remember even discussing it on the podcast. Like, go back into more of the submission wrestling.
Yeah, go mat work.
The groundwork, kick-based stuff, like be that guy. Don't be high-flying, crazy American Dragon Daniel Bryan. Be, smart, safe, alive for your kid and wife, Daniel Bryan. And I think if you do that, because also too, the people that liked Daniel Bryan didn't like him just because he went to the top rope and did the headbutt thing,
No, it was just
stuff. He connected with you on a different level. So for the Daniel Bryan fans that were really Daniel Bryan fans, it shouldn't matter if he does top rope stuff anymore.
No, you don't need that.
So from that aspect, why wouldn't you then? It's smarter for your health. It's smarter for the future of you and your family. It's smart for the WWE to have that from you. And, but he's also Daniel Bryan. And as we've seen from some of the Divas stuff too, again, I don't always trust that shit, but he's also stubborn. So I could absolutely see him going right back to it and saying, look, I'm going to do it until my fucking head falls off.
Mm-hmm. The other part to bring up is his contract is up in September.
Yeah.
So I think with this, he's going to obviously probably renew because he'll make more money here and, he'll probably have bigger spotlight. But, he's got to be thinking in the back of his head, well, what happens if I get hurt after my contract renews and I'm stuck?
So you sign a 1-year deal, 2-year deal, whatever. I'm sure.
That's or you have a clause or something. I mean, maybe he'll be a little smarter with this contract, what he does with it.
Yeah. That's all stuff you can work out.
Yeah.
Right. Look at Jericho. Jericho's got a much different contract than the generic wrestler.
Yeah, he's basically he basically comes for pay-per-view builds and that's it, and then he leaves. And then he's like, okay, we need you another month. All right, I'll do another one. Oh, we need you another month. Okay.
Yeah. He winds up staying for like a year.
All right. Well, I got to go back on tour, guys. But we need you one more month.
All right. How about this? You go play your gig, jump on a jet, come for the show the next night, do this, work a house show, and then go back to your gigs.
We'll give you Brock's jet. Come on. And Cena's plane.
Ay. All right. So let's see. What are our highlights besides the Daniel Bryan stuff? What are our highlights and WrestleMania shaping moments from Raw and SmackDown?
I guess we'll do SmackDown since that's fresh in our memory.
Sure.
So the tag, I like what they're doing with the tag division with we had Harper and Jimmy tonight, I think it was.
Yep.
Okay. Good match, They're building that good and nice. There was no New Day tonight, which was weird, but I guess you can't have them all out one night. They still haven't made the match, which is weird.
Yeah, there's plenty of time.
No, I know. They're like the only match that hasn't been. It's that and Cena and Undertaker match that hasn't been made yet.
And hopefully that one never does. I mean, he really does have to buy a ticket. Fuck you, Big Game Johnny. I didn't say that at all with a fucking...
Oh, and I thought you'd want to know. I'm jumping, but Edge did not like John Cena's promo last week.
God forbid.
Yes. He thought it was too hokey for what he was supposed to be doing. It should have been more serious.
Yeah. Thank you, Edge.
Mm-hmm.
We can agree again.
Finally.
No, I agree. I agree with like 90% of what Edge says all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that it was him and a couple other guys that came out. Foley was one, and there was one or two others.
Damien Sandow, right? Is that what it was? I think that was like the one where they like, oh, well, John Cena's putting him over and this and that, and you'll see where he goes from here.
Oh, the Sandow thing. Yeah. No, that's exactly what I was talking about. There was one or two of the wrestlers that I saw that were like,
then his career died, and he went
blood, stupid fans. You think you know everything. Yeah, it was like, especially Foley. Foley was like going over the moon about how great a job John Cena did and what a coming out party this was going to be for Damien Sandow to lose the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, then nothing. Then he did the Miz thing, and luckily that worked for a little while, and then that ended, and he ended up in TNA, and now looks like his wrestling career is completely over. I haven't even heard anything about him on the Indies. Like, I think he's done.
Yeah, and see, that's the weird thing, and the thing that I think they messed up with the TNA thing was people liked him because of what?
His character.
Yeah, his character, his characters, whatever it was that he did, he put it right. He was all right in the wrestling. He's a good enough worker. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Not the greatest in the world, not the quickest, not the fastest, but definitely serviceable. As a heel, you can cheat, you can do this, whatever. Even as a face, you can, still, get the hot tag, especially with the tag matches and stuff. And that would be his niche, right? Maybe US, maybe Intercontinental here and there, some tag belts, maybe. Perfect spot for him. But it's his mic work, it's his characters, it's what he can do on the mic. It's the the fun fan connection aspect of things, like watching him on Up Up Down Down, and stuff like that, right? So he goes to TNA, and it's like, this is the place for real wrestling and wrestlers, and I'm a wrestler, and they put him in like plain white, like small fucking wrestling tights, and wanted to tout him as like a technical wrestler.
Yeah, dude.
That's not him. That's not who he is. Now, I don't know if it was his decision to go that route. That's what he wanted to do with the character and the whatever, or if that's what they told him to do or whatever. But either way, whoever was making the decisions, I think it was the wrong decision to do.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I think his problem is he was born in the wrong era. I feel like gimmicks are kind of a passe thing. They don't work anymore, really.
No, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Who's a real gimmick?
Stuff? Yeah, but
who's a real gimmick right now? Like, who's a real gimmick like used to have back in the day? I'm just saying. Can you think of anyone who's really has that?
Over the top, like doink stuff? No, but like him, he did fine when he was doing his thing. It was WWE that didn't fucking. I shouldn't say they didn't book him well. They didn't book him to succeed. Okay, they let the clown go out and do his thing. Then they put him away in the closet. Then they brought him back out to do the stuff with the Miz, and then they tossed him. That there was a point in time, especially Money in the Bank, John Cena, the whole 9 yards. You have him cash in that Money in the Bank. You make him the world champion, even if it's only for a year or a little, even under it. Let's say up until like Mania or something like that. Hell, you can even have him lose in the Elimination Chamber and put whoever you want in fucking Mania. And that's the fucking beauty of the Elimination Chamber right before fucking Mania, is you can give somebody a chance with the belt. And you know what? If they go out there and they shit the bed for 3 months, you put whoever you want in WrestleMania. And it doesn't matter because it's the Elimination Chamber. And that guy won. It gives you a perfect reset. Right, you get to you spend all year working on who's going to be the Rumble winner, right? You have that set, you have that control. Now with Elimination Chamber, you have that control too. You can give something like, oh shit, we got to put the belt on Cena for 7 months because we're going to have him face this guy at Mania because he's going to win the. No, you don't need to do that. Elimination Chamber fixes all that shit. You could have made him the champ. You could have had him drop it at the pay-per-view there. You got to drop it at pay-per-view before that. Give him a 6-month run or whatever run. Let him be part of the chase, But Cena beat him, squashed him, blew his chance, right?
Yeah.
Opportunity. And then fucking made fun of him for doing it. And then they fucking put him away like a fucking broken toy.
Yeah.
And that's the shit. They broke it himself. You broke your own toy, WWE.
They love toys. Well, Vince. I like playing with this. Oh, I'm done with this. Let me try something new.
Exactly. Like look at, and we can, have arguments with people all they want, but look at the Zack Ryder thing. Zack Ryder was huge. So over with the fans. Whether it was a sustainable over, whether his lack of wrestling would have turned people, whatever the case may be, that people think that Zack Ryder didn't deserve anything for that time. You had a guy that the fans were fucking itching to get behind at live events, at pay-per-views, at fucking house shows, at whatever, Raws, Smackdown, fucking anything they did live. People were chanting, "We want Ryder or Riot," blah, 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 blah. Merch. You fucking the dude had a generic wrestler t-shirt. Like it's just like their face or their body on a just black t-shirt with like minimal design. Like, all right, we have to give this guy one piece of merch. Let's give him whatever crappy thing the random generator gives us. That was all he had. From there, in that short amount of time, he went up to what? Number 3 overall?
Yeah, behind Punk and Cena.
Punk?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't happen by accident. That doesn't happen to somebody who's fucking a complete waste of space. If nothing else, he's a fucking self-made marketing machine. And I'm surprised that no matter who didn't like him or want him to succeed, it wasn't overridden by somebody going like, this is how much money he made this month for us. You know? I'm surprised they didn't, even if they made him look shitty, which eventually they did. But how do you not ride that fucking cash cow for at least a little while longer?
There you go. Triple H and all.
Exactly. So
anyway,
go back to Mania and Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah. So what else? So we had so they built the US title a little more. So they officially made the match today. I don't remember if it was before SmackDown or during SmackDown, but they officially made the match. Triple threat.
It was during. I mean, like in ring and stuff. They must
I don't know when they officially made it.
Oh wait, hey, the 3 of them are talking in the ring. Should we add Jinder? Yeah, I guess so. All right, tell everybody on the app.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, I don't get what their obsession is with not doing stuff on TV. I just don't get it.
I get some of it from a marketing exposure point of view, working the angles of social media, this Facebook Live stuff, especially for the Mixed Match Challenge. Mixed Match Challenge. I'm not going to pretend like I fucking said that right the first time. All that kind of interaction stuff, it's driving eyes through social media to the product. It's good. It really is. Mm-hmm. But yeah, why would you not like have a GM or a this or a that or a whatever announce that? Why would it just be like, all right, they all whatever, they beat up Jinder, he left. Okay, cool. Bling. Oh, what's this on my phone? Oh, Jinder Mahal has been added to the match. Great. Thanks, phone.
Anyhow, so then you had the Nakamura fought Rusev and AJ on the outside, and so I guess I don't know what they're trying to do because it looks like they're trying not to show him walking. So my guess is he's a little hurt, but not major hurt. Because supposedly he had his test. He was at Raw last night and had testing done with the doctors, but I guess he's okay.
For the back.
He said if I have to, I'll hop to WrestleMania.
For the back again or for something else?
No, I think it's a foot injury of some sort.
Okay.
So my guess is that's why he was just sitting out there when we came back from TV and, they didn't do his music or anything.
Champ doesn't even get an entrance.
The champ.
But then again, if he was limping noticeably, there's got to be somebody posing.
Yeah, he saw it. Unless he came from like the back end, like through the crowd where nobody really saw him coming.
Yeah, through the yeah. That's true. They could have
done that. So, because I don't think he got an entrance. Like, I don't think they like introduced him coming out or anything. I think he was just sitting there. So who knows? And then even after the match, they start beating Nakamura up. AJ's taking his sweet ass time getting all his stuff off to go help Nakamura, and then Nakamura got the upper hand against the two of them. And then they had a little backstage segments.
And anybody that's like pissed off because Nakamura doesn't do more for like promo wise and this, fuck, whatever.
No,
I
just kind of want. I like the I'm a face, you're a face build. Like, but can we start getting to the point where you guys don't like each other and hit each other or something? Some animosity.
I think AJ has been there.
Mm-hmm.
AJ's been there with the stop saying that you're gonna beat me and blah blah blah, and then he's had some attitude about it. I guess starting not the first week after Rumble, but whatever that second one when or maybe it was even 3 when he was like when he came up to him, he was gonna say, he's like, man, shut up, stop saying you're gonna beat me, blah 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 blah. They got mad at him.
Yeah.
So from there, they've had him have like a little bit of an edge to it, but whatever, it is what it is.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's not a big deal. Trying to think anything else. I think that's the major storylines. I mean, they showed Charlotte and Natty had the match for Carmella teasing cashing in, and I guess that was to help Natty win. I don't know. That was really weird. Like the second time they did a cash in like that, where he goes to ring the bell, and then Charlotte attacks him before they can do that.
Yep.
So, but they now just made it seem like she was helping Natty win by doing that. So I don't know.
No. I think they're just trying to kind of remind you that Carmella's still relevant and that there is a Money in the Bank.
She's not relevant, but yeah, there is a Money in the Bank. Anywho, so I think that's it for SmackDown. Nothing else major. I mean, Corbin squashed Dillinger. The girls had a match, which I don't remember because I think I walked away for that.
Yeah, it was a pointless tag match.
Yeah,
not pointless. I mean, I don't mean pointless as in like it was the women and women matches are pointless. Like I'm not trying to say something like that.
It was filler.
It was one of those filler matches. It had nothing because I can't imagine they're gonna, unless they want to add a 17th match and like make 7 on the pre-show. And
well, no, that's gonna be the battle royal for the women. That's all. They'll all be in that thing.
Yeah, right. So they got to be that. So, but it's I'd almost rather, I don't know, because I do want to see the wrestlers out there, especially like I like seeing Becky and whatever. But it's like this was a nothing match. This was, and again, even when they were talking about, like even during the match, right? It's Naomi and Becky versus the 2 other girls, not Ruby Riott from the Riott Squad. Right? It's Liv and the other chick. I forget her. Morgan.
Yeah, her name. I called her Stephanie McMahon lookalike. I forget her.
Yes. It's like her cousin or something, right? But there was like there's nothing on the line. They're wrestling each other, and even during the match, they're talking like, "Oh, Ruby Riott and Charlotte, and Ruby Riott and in the fast lane, and this, and Charlotte and Asuka and WrestleMania." It's like nothing was even done to really kind of put these girls over. Like fucking Becky was the first women's champion on SmackDown.
No, we forget about that.
Drafted. Hey, she's a good wrestler. Oh, and that side view rear view that fucking Naomi did too. Ugh.
Yeah. Anyhow,
unfortunately, I'm a very anti Naomi phase right now.
That's fine. She's worn off on me too. So, all right. So let's move over to Raw. So we open again with Roman Reigns. They tried to do 2 different things. We tried to redo the Stone Cold Detroit segment.
Yeah.
As I wrote in the post, it doesn't work unless you come in with a Zamboni.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't understand what they're doing here. You have him trying to be Stone Cold, but then you have him trying to get sympathy like Daniel Bryan. Make a choice. Can't go both.
That's the thing. You
can't be the badass and getting sympathy at the same time. Like Stone Cold never got sympathy that way. He was just a badass, and whatever he did was, you saw he had it coming to him because of what he did to the boss.
When he fucked shit up, it was cool. When they fucking beat him down, you're like, oh shit, see, fucking the man, fucked up. But you weren't like, oh man, poor Austin. Why don't they just leave him alone? He never does anything. And all right, so maybe he doused them in beer after he gave him the middle finger. But I mean, other than that, he really doesn't do anything wrong.
But like even you didn't have sympathy for Austin. You would just get mad. Like when something happened. Do you remember the gauntlet?
Yeah, you get pissed off because the authority was holding him down. In a similar way to Bryan, but Bryan was but Bryan's a different
type
character, right? So it's like the difference between Batman and Superman to some degree, right?
Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, perfect comparison. Yeah,
right. Stone Cold is the Batman character, whereas Bryan is the Superman character. They're both good guys, both fighting crime.
That's so true because you never feel bad for Batman, even though he's human, has no superpowers. But rarely did the guy get the upper hand on him that you had sympathy for him. But Superman, Lex Luthor would put kryptonite on him, and you felt bad and you felt sympathy for Superman because he was helpless, even though he's the most powerful person in the world.
Poor Superman.
So that's perfect. That's exact, perfect comparison for those guys.
Yeah.
But
one is the ultra fucking milk toast good guy, and the other one's like the edgy bad guy that kind of does things that he probably shouldn't do, but all in the name of good kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the anti-heroes and the regular hero. So
yeah,
it works. But yeah, so I mean, Roman, you had the, he comes out. First of all, he's suspended. He just shows up. Hey, I'm suspended. It means nothing.
How did he get in the building? Security was not doing their job.
So you bring U.S. Marshals out. Okay, now here's a little lesson for you people at home. U.S. Marshals are to chase fugitives down. They're not cops.
Yeah.
They hand the people over to the cops. They get a bounty for it. They're like bounty hunters, basically. I just don't understand what WWE does and like what Vince thinks these people really do.
Well, because U.S. Marshals are tougher than cops. Like
okay.
Like next week it'll be fucking like Navy SEALs. Like it doesn't matter. Vince will put a goofy hat on a couple of fucking wannabe wrestlers and say they're tough and they're authority, and it's fine.
No, they're gonna get Dog the Bounty Hunter next week. That's what they're gonna do.
God, yeah. That, or it's gonna be like a fucking like a full on like SWAT team, fucking shields and fucking batons. Roman,
the Shield is here to take down Roman Reigns.
Yeah, right. Oh, the irony. Not Michael Cole.
Anyway, it just slapped.
And here's the other thing.
I felt no sympathy for the guy. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Here's the other thing too, right? Roman Reigns, right? The guy, right? He's supposed to be like this fun-loving kind of guy. Nothing. He doesn't sweat nobody because he's got no fucks to give, right? Cool, right? So you're suspended. Now I get it. He's angry. He's trying to make a point. Coming back after suspended. That's the kind of edgy thing that John Cena does. Okay. I get that up until the marshals show up, I'm fine with everything he's doing, right? The angry, small, like I talked about the last show. I'm even fine with that whole gimmick, right? U.S. Marshals come out though, and at the end of the day, what is Roman Reigns? He's a good guy. He's a fun-loving good guy. So here are the marshals. So at that point, he should have said, "All right, you know what? Fine. This is stupid, but whatever. I'm not going to fuck with authority, right? I'm not going to push a cop or kind of thing." But of course, they put the cuffs on him, and the guy just tries to, don't grab my. And now he's
so badly done.
Now he's like doing like Brock Lesnar shit. Remember when they tried to arrest Brock Lesnar, and the one guy like put his hand on him, he fucking freaked out and whatever. Like, come on. And
but they got aggressive with him for no reason. Like it just made no sense.
Yes. Why would Roman Reigns, the good guy, right? The guy, whatever you want to say, he pulls his arm drastically away from the guy, starts talking down to him, blah, blah, blah. I can understand if he's like, hey, come on, I'm leaving. Just don't touch me. That's fine. You want to keep the bravado going for a little bit longer, but fine. But he fucking pulls his stuff up, and then he fucking elbows the guy. Like fucking, he's a fucking cop or an authority figure, whatever spin you want to use. This is a guy that you shouldn't fucking elbow in the face if he tells you to do something, right?
Hey. Especially what's going on nowadays.
Yeah, whatever. Not even bringing social commentary in it. Even just in the little fucking horse goggles of the fucking WWE world. You shouldn't do that. And again, Austin, badass. He fought cops. We get it. And then they fucking wrestled him, and he went to jail. And oh my god, that's not who you've built Roman to be this whole time.
No.
And it's not what I think you're trying to portray if you want him to be the number one face for the kids, right?
Listen, this is just a get him over for this feud, and we won't care after WrestleMania is over. We just don't want him getting booted out of the building as the last match. That's basically what it's all about.
Vince figured out how to use the picture box and go to the network. And he watched. He's like, okay, let me. What am I doing wrong with Roman Reigns? Right. So he goes back. He watches Austin. He watches Bryan. He watches this. He's like, all right, I got an idea. I know how to fix him. You remember how we did this good thing with this guy and this good thing? And he names all the fucking things. And everybody's like, yeah. What's the next great idea from Vince McMahon? We smash all of them together and make him that. But Vince, those are like complete. I said smash them. Because it's every week. It's a new like.
I know it's a new character thing. It's
like, remember when Sandow started coming out as the different wrestlers?
Yeah.
Right? This is Roman Reigns doing like the big over moment for all the like top wrestlers of the past couple decades.
Anyway,
next week he's gonna have a wife, and she's gonna fall off the apron because of somebody else's fault, and they're gonna have a backstage thing. Gonna be terrible.
Anyway, so Brock comes out, beats the living hell out of him.
As he's handcuffed, by the way, from the U.S. Marshals.
As he's handcuffed from the U.S. Marshals, and then he doesn't go to jail. He goes to the hospital and whatever, and Brock keeps coming to attack him and whatever. And we're supposed to feel bad for Reigns because he came in suspended when he shouldn't have been there. And you could even say Vince sent him out on his behalf to get him off. Reigns doesn't look like the babyface here. I'm sorry. Brock kind of does it away because he didn't do anything wrong.
Well,
he hit a defensive guy with a chair. Okay, yes.
A couple.
But he was supposed to be there tonight, and Roman wasn't.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
I don't know. I just don't understand what they're trying to accomplish. I have no idea at this point.
No, and that's unfortunately the problem with Roman Reigns. It's not at this point in time. I don't think it's Roman because we've seen enough good from Roman.
Oh, he's a good worker. And his promos are getting much better.
Yeah.
There's not much flaws with him. It's the booking.
We've seen enough from Roman to know that he doesn't suck at everything, right? Yes, the suffer and succotash and the failed scripted promos, and maybe he's not good at certain things, right? But he's improved in the ring. He's improved on the mic. He's improved at selling. He's improved at, putting people over in the match a little bit more. He's definitely not as stiff. I still don't like the whole like cocking of the fist and, but whatever. It is what it is. He's Superman, and that's his Superman punch. It's not lost on me. But from week to week, especially for like us legit hardcore, especially going back from the 80s and how characters and people and stories were built and our whole wrestling lives, right? Watching these things. I just don't understand from a week to week standpoint what they're trying to do with Reigns. It's like some weeks you're having him backstage with Seth and Dean, and he's like joking and this, and this isn't going to be no problem. The three of us together again. Let's go kick some ass. Woo! Like cool Roman, right? And then you have the feel bad for Roman thing when he's getting screwed out of this and screwed out of that, and brawn and trucks and ambulances, and oh my God, But now on a week-to-week basis, it's like you're changing up his character. He's always fucking angry.
Yeah.
Like I said, like I was joking around with the fucking the Jason Jordan show. I'll punch you in the face. Why is Roman so angry? Like he set out to do some things, and he did some things, and now he's headlining WrestleMania. Why is he more angry now than he was before that?
Just an angry dude.
Yeah.
I'll take it back to something Jericho has said.
Uh-huh.
Remember what Jericho said? Jericho said, I was in the business for what, like 10 years or so, when he came here, when he came to the WWE.
Yeah.
He still didn't get it until that Shawn Michaels feud. So he was 15 years in before he figured it out and understood it.
Sure.
And I think that's the problem with Reigns right now. You're pushing him to something when he hasn't found his character himself or what works for him yet. I think that's part of the problem.
Yeah, it could very well be some of that.
Because you can see he's lost. He doesn't know what works and what doesn't. And he's just doing what people are telling him to do because they have more experience and he's going to listen to them and he has no choice. But there comes a point where you got to figure it out on your own what works and what doesn't, like Austin.
And see, and the other thing that kills me about this whole thing too is the way they've been booking him lately. If you turn him heel and even let him get a little more edgier, it's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you turn him heel,
that's when you can find stuff.
This is where the fucking stubbornness comes in. If you turned him heel, even if you only did it for fucking
3 months,
excuse me, for like 5 minutes in the grand scheme of things, and you do it for a few months, get him do whatever, and then maybe he has a feud with Seth, and something about that feud
clicks,
brings him back to why like fuck, I was being a dick. Sorry, guys, and you can run something like that. And you can turn him back face, and then you put a belt on him, and everything's hunky dory again. If you turn him heel now, you get a lot of the Roman haters, just like like the cool to boo Cena guys.
Yeah.
Who, granted, a lot of those guys probably did start actually disliking him as it built, whatever. But there are people that are booing Roman just because it is the fucking cool thing to do.
Yeah, of course.
Right? So you turn him heel, that fucking eliminates that portion of people that are just trying to be, and they know it, right? Because fucking they've broken kayfabe in the ring and on and called out fans on their bullshit sometimes, right? So they know it fucking exists. And they know that if they fucking turn him heel, that they'll eliminate that aspect of it. And any boos that you're getting, at least he's a fucking heel. So he can get some fucking boos. And you know what? You can even have him lash out to the fucking crowd. Play that shit up. They'll fucking boo him even more. And you know what? It'll finally be appropriate.
Yeah.
But God forbid you do something easy, simple, and works.
All right. So what else? Oh, the next big story is Braun Strowman. So he has to pick a partner, otherwise he can't fight for the tag team titles on Raw. So they have him come out. He did a very good match with Cesaro. It was actually one of Cesaro's better performances I've seen in a long time, and I was very impressed by him. He was just Cesaro, he's just a very good wrestler, and when you see him go up against a guy the size of Braun Strowman and see the stuff he could do with him, and I was impressed, very amazed.
Well, don't forget, he only wrestles half a match now too.
Yeah.
When he was having those matches with fucking Sheamus right before they teamed with the Foley storyline, the whole thing, he was fucking putting on good shit. Remember, we were even saying like, "Oh, this actually looks like they, maybe they'll finally push Cesaro a little bit and this and that, whatever." Now, granted, it wound up being for the tag team thing and not individual stuff, but that's fine, especially with how busy and crowded it is at the top right now.
Yeah.
Between the not part-timers, but like the upper mid card and lower main card guys have been going back and forth between the Continental belt and the title and Elimination Chamber and 6 guys and this, that, and the other. There would be no room for Cesaro right now anyway, and he'd probably get lost in the shuffle. So I'm glad they actually wound up doing the tag thing with Sheamus, and the fact that they followed through this whole time, gave them the championships, and have given them a really good run here. All right. So yeah, I know they lost it to the New Day, back to whatever, but then they've got them. So I mean, they've held the belts now for a better part of a year now. And it's been a good run, and they've been a tough, dominant team. So it's been good. I've liked it a lot.
Yeah, me too. I've enjoyed, and I like the guys, and maybe more because I heard them on Edge and Christian's podcast last week, and you get to hear them joking around and how cool they are with each other. But listen, I enjoy the guys.
The other thing too, I think this was great for Sheamus.
Oh yeah,
I remember around that time too. It was like Sheamus doesn't have a place. He should be a main eventer, but he's not really a main eventer. But he can't really. Can he really go for the Intercontinental belt or the U.S. belt and this and that? And all this stuff happens and Cesaro and whatever. And it's like, oh, Sheamus put on good matches. This is great, blah, blah, blah. But again, he would have been lost in the shuffle too. Or you know what? One of these guys wouldn't be in the mix, So
and it's funny. Like even like you see his personality come out. Like even on Twitter today, he says, "Oh, welcome back, Danny Boy." Yeah,
he seems to be like a funny dude. Like he's one of those guys that's like the fucking opposite of his heel character. Completely.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's a very cool guy, and and he's a typical Irishman. Drinker.
Yeah. He's not going to turn down a fight.
No, of course not. Never heard that way. Anyway, so Braun has to choose a partner. I heard Joe was backstage, but they didn't use him. Big Cass is backstage. He's cleared, so that's interesting.
Yes, that is very interesting.
So I don't know. I mean, Elias. It seems like they're not going to go with Elias. That Elias is going to do something separate. I would love if The Rock shows up and they have like a sing-off. I would freaking love that. Who knows, Mr. Hollywood, if he can show up for his busy schedule.
But can you really put another tough guy with Braun Strowman?
No, I mean it would be fun. It'd work more with like an Ellsworth or something like that.
Yeah, I'd almost want somebody that like he wouldn't even let like them in the match. Run a gimmick like that or something.
Mm-hmm. But there's nobody like that on the roster right now. I can't even think of anyone. It's like I would have thought of Axel or Bo, but they're with Miz, so that doesn't work.
Give him Kurt Hawkins.
Oh,
have Kurt Hawkins lose whatever the number is in a row, and the very next match that he wins the fucking tag belts. You fucking imagine
that would be fun. Yeah,
that would be interesting, and also too, he could beat up Kurt Hawkins after every match, and we'd be fine with it. He could punch him, and then take both belts over his shoulders and leave. Also, I think Kurt would be really funny in, like, let's even just say, like, Braun tolerates him, right? Doesn't want to fucking punch him in the face all the time, but he refuses to let him carry one of the belts. Like, Braun carries both of them, right? And the fucking Hawkins is, come on, man, let me hold my belt. Come on, I just complete. And like the guy goes to hand him at the end of the match, tries to hand one of the belts to Kurt, and he fucking Braun snatches it away from him and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be funny, especially too because you can't. Like, how long can you have angry heel Braun Strowman and do nothing with him?
He's a babyface now. I don't think he's a heel anymore. But
exactly. Well, but they've still been his alignment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good, bad, right? He's been the bad guy for most of this stuff. Outside of, yes, granted, he fought Elias and the Symphony of Destruction of Pain and Suffering. Speaking of which, the Hall of Pain gets its own wing in the.
Listen, I'm happy for the guy, man. He deserves it. He's been here a long time, and he's done a lot of different gimmicks. They've worked,
Yeah, I'm a little surprised how quick they're putting him in,
and they never really announced his retirement either. So
exactly right. I mean, I think he was an active wrestler up until like 2 weeks ago, some shit like that. Where I was gonna say no, never mind.
But it's funny. Like, what do you think of him about?
So wait. So they were in Dallas tonight. So they had been somewhere in Texas yesterday, right?
They were in Dallas yesterday too.
Oh, it was Dallas too. Okay. I mean, he's from Texas.
Yeah.
So
it made sense to announce it there.
Yeah, it made sense to announce. It's just I was at first I was gonna say where's Mania? Is Mania in Texas? No. Fucking idiot. It's in New Orleans. It's been fucking talked about for weeks. I was like, oh, maybe they're inducting him because it's in Texas this year, but no.
Yeah. And he needs to come out with a salmon jacket. He has to wear that for the induction.
That'd be great. And if you should have John Cena be the one to induct him so that when he walks out, he can give John Cena a hug and slam him on the fucking stage and go, I ain't retiring. I ain't going into the Hall of Fame. John Cena.
I don't know. I see it being like Farouk or.
That's what I was thinking. They could either go celebrity and do like
Arnold.
like Arnold Schwarzenegger or somebody like that, or if you're going with a wrestler, I'm thinking Farouk. I don't remember who he really hangs out with outside of that.
I mean, I would
like a Teddy Long or somebody like that.
Big Show could do it too. Him and Big Show were pretty close. Remember, these are the two veterans that were left for the last like 5 years. You know,
maybe Big Show.
Big Show's a great talker, and he's funny, and I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah, yeah. But my first thoughts were Schwarzenegger or Farouk, just because I know Schwarzenegger has the tie with WWE, and with all the all the strongman competitions and World's Strongest Man shit and stuff like that. It'd be it's a respectable celebrity that the WWE crowd digs.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that. Talk about his determination and this and that and whatever, blah blah blah.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. What else was I gonna say?
I just thought of somebody. Not that I necessarily think he'd be great. He's a funny whatever talker, but he did that thing with Tony Atlas for a while too. And I think they were close outside of the ring.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm just thinking of other like WWE guys to do it. But yeah, Farouk was the one that definitely popped out in my head, right? The leader of the nation at the time, and he was a young Mark Henry, so I'm sure Farouk took him under his wings and all that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, him and Godfather, I'm sure, helped him out a little.
Yeah.
So you heard Edge and Christian are inducting the Dudleys, and they want the Hardys involved as well.
That'd be cool. Sure, that'd be awesome. No, I didn't hear that yet, but yeah.
Yeah, so
it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all thought it was gonna be Heyman, but they're saying Heyman might induct. I forgot who one of the other people was, so he'll probably do that one. I can't remember which one. Maybe Hillbilly Jim? I don't know.
I wonder who would you prefer to induct the Dudleys, Edge and Christian or Heyman? That's tough.
I mean, you're talking to two people that were in different parts of their careers, but helped elevate them at different times in their careers.
Yeah.
That's all. And I understand the connection you want. They want the Edge and Christian and the Hardys because that's what made them, that.
Oh, sure.
Like they'll all say it. If you listen to any of them do an interview, they will all say that ladder match made all of them.
Yeah. And not even just that one, but every match that they had after that, because they would always talk about it, and they would talk about it with each other.
Yeah,
they'd meet in catering or whatever the fuck it was, and they kept saying like, "All right, what are we going to do this time?"
Yeah, like how we can top this. Old Jeff will do something crazy. Okay.
Yeah, Jeff's probably like playing his fucking guitar, eating like bad mac and cheese or some shit like that. And Jeff, you mind jumping off like a really tall ladder? How tall? Like really tall.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure, why not? You could have said, Jeff, will you fucking jump into a shark? He would have said, yeah, I guess. Like.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah. Just don't give him fucking alcohol. Fuck.
So what else on the show? So those were the two biggies. So what'd you think of the Ronda Rousey thing?
Oh, the thing with Kurt Angle?
Yeah.
I thought that was great.
That was really done well, and I think.
But that's the thing. That's fucking that right there.
What
is one thing I'll never complain about with the WWE.
No.
Their production and their vignette stuff, always top notch. Amazing.
And what was interesting is you got UFC footage. She talked about the Amanda Nunez law. She had never talked about that to this day.
Yep.
Like she was on Ellen. Ellen couldn't get it out of her.
Mm.
All right, and I guess she was saving it for this, but I think it really humanized her, and I think it showed everybody who was giving her shit about, oh, you're just doing this for whatever, you're gonna do it for the money. No, she proved that she's doing this just for the love of it.
Yeah,
she doesn't need to do. I mean, and people who really think she's doing this for the money, she could make a shitload more money going to Hollywood than doing this.
Probably.
She's doing this for fun and
for
because
a lot less
money she's making.
a lot less physical wear and tear too.
Yeah, of course. But it was just interesting to hear that, and her husband pushed her and picked her up. And like, we all know what she went through. Like, she was really depressed when she lost and she realized her career was over and she was done. But it was just cool to hear the story and, having Kurt Angle with her.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
What he should do. He should be her manager.
I want to see actually whatever, because that was only a portion of what they actually taped there.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see this is probably going to be one of those WWE 24 things, the hour-long special and the Ronda Rousey and the Mania. This is going to be part of it. It's got to be.
Of course, yeah. Well, they do a whole Mania 24, so they touch on everything.
Yeah, I'd really love for them to see. I'd really love to see, like a full feature on her and the road here, and not even so much the because whatever, we know her the past, right, so to speak, but the fact that she's been training for basically a year now, just under or whatever, to do this too. This isn't one of those she showed up one day getting off a jet and said, "Hey, give me a paycheck and I'll do your Mania stuff." Like, this is someone that's been working hard now for a long time to do this.
And think about it. She did a movie with The Rock, so she's probably hanging out with The Rock for 3-4 months. She's probably talking to him like, well, what do I have to do and how does it work? And, I'm sure he's telling her, well, this is what you have to put in. This is what you're going to have to go through. Mm-hmm. And if, you can make it, you make it. But he probably said, listen, you got a good shot. And she's another one. She's a good person. She's not one of those unattainable stars or top people, even though how successful she was. She's a good person. She's a nice person. She just has that bitch face all the time, which is freaking awesome that she can just put that on whenever she wants.
Because I'm sure they expounded to the whole what was it when she said, "I'm the best. Why shouldn't I say it? Why? Because I'm a woman and that makes me a bitch." Mm-hmm. I'm sure there's a whole fucking segment just on that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd love to see whatever else they taped for this. But yeah, I would love to see more footage of her in the performance center, teaching her the back and forth or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff I'd love to see.
And I thought it was even cool that she was there and they didn't use her, but they had her come out during the Ultimate. So I don't know if you know this. They didn't get to see the Ultimate Deletion there. They had Strowman and Elias do a match, and then Rousey came out with Dana Brooke and did a segment.
Okay, yeah, I heard about the Dana Brooke segment.
Yeah, so
they didn't show the deletion thing at Raw.
No.
Oh, interesting.
And I understand that because they got shit for it when they did on the 25th anniversary. So
yeah, that was a whole different debacle. But yeah, not having to sit there, it's an awkward length of time if you're sitting there live, and everybody's trying to be relatively quiet so you can fucking hear it.
Yeah,
watching it and trying to the screen or wherever you're sitting,
Yeah, so I think it made sense, and it's better. You paid for tickets. You didn't pay to watch the TV. You paid to see stuff live in the ring in front of you. You know? So I think that was the right call. Maybe people were pissed about it. But listen, you record Raw, you go home and watch it.
And it's also these days, man, go to YouTube.
Go to YouTube or whatever. Although I heard Hulu, I did hear Hulu didn't put it on there for whatever reason. I don't know why. But and here's an interesting thing about Monday night. I almost forgot about The Miz. Like, until he came out, I kind of forgot about, because I was waiting. I guess there was a lot of other stuff going on, and it just wasn't.
Oh, we were dealing with the aftermath of the Brock Roman stuff, and
then Cena pissed you off, and
yeah.
So yeah, Cena's promo, stupid again. It wasn't as bad as last week's, but it still is stupid and made no sense. And
you're a coward.
I feel like they're going to delay this until the week before Mania. Like, that's what it feels like, which is annoying, but whatever. I don't know. You're going to have the match with Kane next week. What's that going to do? Nothing. It's going to be a match, and it's going to call, oh, you sent your brother out. I beat his ass, so when are you going to come and whatever? And then it goes another week, So I don't know what they're
How many
doing.
do you even have left? 3 more?
3, I think 2. No, what is it? So we have draft. I think it's 2 weeks left.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so there's not a lot of time for them to stretch this out.
Yeah.
Whatever, it is what it is. I
Just like he's gonna show up at the go home show.
I don't want to see the match. I don't like Cena. His promos were annoying.
Mm-hmm. And he sounds like an asshole. I don't understand the point of this. I don't understand what it's supposed to be doing. It's just pissing us off.
Yeah, I mean, I wish it wasn't Cena, because then you could say like they're going for like the desperation angle, like they're doing all they can to really call out the Undertaker and really get this match because blah, blah, but it's Cena and it doesn't reek of desperation, even though I guess that's supposed to be what it is. I don't know.
It just doesn't. He's
it's
like,
just annoying Cena.
Like, if you don't show up, I have nothing to do. Okay.
Especially when it was like, he's cutting the promo and he's like, oh, hey, I'll just buy a ticket. I'll hang out with this guy. I'll have a drink. I'm like, cool. Yeah. Cena being cool about it. All right, finally. No, I'm just kidding. I'm really going to Mania. I'm going to face Undertaker. I mean, he's a punk. He's a punk ass bitch. Girl. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Cena.
Anyway. So yeah, then we had what? What was it?
Oh my god! I just because I did finish, because I fell asleep last night watching Raw. I finished Raw actually after SmackDown. The last couple segments. I fast forward through a couple things or whatever. When Cena made I got like fucking like douche chills or like that, like when like a cat fucking hair stands up on the back of a cat, like I got that feeling. But he's like, well, it was during his like, do something, whether it's yes or no or this or that. You owe the people more and blah 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 blah. Blah. If nothing else, do one of those stupid things that you do and send down a call. Did you just say, motherfucker? Did you just say the Undertaker should do one of his stupid things? Did you just say one of the Undertaker's stupid things? I'm really gonna go under the assumption that this was just, he was just trying to fucking come up with the term and he fucking failed on the spot or something. And from all you've heard from him, he does respect the Undertaker. I'm not
denying that. Yeah,
too far into fucking kayfabe that I'm thinking he really is calling the guy a coward. But did you just say the Undertaker and stupid thing for all the fucking magic and mystery that he's provided us for the past like 115 years? How dare you, Cena? How dare you? That part especially just fucking kind of got to me, because
that was
what? This isn't Punk, juggling the fucking urn and shit, being disrespectful and being a douchebag dick, right? Because Punk was the heel.
That was different.
He was supposed to act like that.
Mm-hmm.
This is Teflon Cena. This is literally, like, I know some people have the tattoo, right, of Superman, the shield, right?
Mm-hmm.
A couple wrestlers have that, right? Superman. They think they're Superman. John Cena is fucking Superman. All right. When when Christopher Reeve was doing research for his Superman movie, he went and looked at film for John Cena. Okay, that's how fucking Superman John Cena is. He was back in the past, and it was a whole. It's a DeLorean. Don't worry about it.
Well, listen, we got the show Krypton coming, where we got the guy coming from the future saying you need to do this because
how great would it be, though, if someone did like some kind of goofy pilot and somehow he agreed to do it or whatever, and it's just literally him being fucking like Super Cena and just doing goofy stuff in a Superman outfit or something, and literally just fucking breaking kayfabe and being a fucking douche on lines and stuff. But I'm Super Cena. I don't wait online. That would fucking turn me around on him, and I'd love seeing it again.
All right. So what happened to the Miz match? It was
a 3-way. Balor won. Miz Taraj
against Balor, right?
Yeah, Balor and the Good Brothers.
Oh yeah, it was the club versus the
Yeah.
Miz Taraj. Okay.
Yeah, and then they beat him up after the match, and Seth came down to help.
Said you owe me one.
Yeah, something like that. I did this. See that? See how awesome I am on Monday Night Rollins. I did this. So that was fine. It was good. It was a good enough match. It added something to this storyline. It makes sense for them to be in this 3-way. And I like too that they are building not animosity per se, but tension and friction between Rollins and Balor too. Because again, that's a fucking rivalry. I don't even give a shit if there's a fucking belt on the line. That's a rivalry I'd love watching.
Oh yeah,
watch the two of them week in and week out go at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hell, if you even wanted to fucking dangle that fucking Shield carrot bullshit, if you ever let Roman Reigns take a fucking back seat to Seth, you could have Seth and the Shield versus Balor and the Club. And,
yeah, we'll see it in 10 years.
And have fucking people jizz their pants for that too. I don't give a shit. I just want that. I just want that shit to go down, man. Finn and Seth. This is the shit. Now, granted, after Mania, all this stuff is going to start to fall into place a little bit, and I would not be surprised to see Finn and Seth battle for the Intercontinental Belt, maybe even without the Miz moving forward, right? Because eventually you're gonna have to take the belt off of Miz. You can't keep him. You can't literally keep it on him forever.
Well, I especially think you have to take it off him because he's having a kid WrestleMania weekend, so he's probably going to take off for a couple of weeks.
Yes, that's what I'm assuming as well. And so if one of them wins the belt and the other one is the person chasing, and I don't care who wins or loses or chases, I really don't. It's all good to me. And then, I don't know, a month, maybe even give him some extra time and really fucking play it up. And then he comes back and he's like, I'm back. I just had a baby and I'm back for my baby. That thing that I never and don't have Miz get pinned.
Yeah.
Don't have Miz get pinned. Have him lose the match. One of them wins by pinning the other one. Blah blah blah. Miz goes off to do the kitty land, and then he comes back and he says, "I want back the thing that I never lost."
Yeah.
Boom. It's perfect.
That works.
Or you know what? He comes back and he says, "You know what? I was undefeated as Intercontinental Champion. I never got pinned for it. I should still be Intercontinental Champion. But you know what? I got my eye on a bigger prize."
All right, so that will leave us to Ultimate Deletion.
Yeah, I thought it was fine. It was a little hokey, a little goofy, but it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it was fine. Like I was talking about before. So we saw everything in TNA.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like a shock, but I think for the casual fan who maybe never saw the TNA stuff, they were probably like, "Oh my god, this is cool. This is different. We've never seen anything like this before." You know, I mean, they did that the House of Horror things with New Day and
the Wyatt
family at one point, but this was a little different. I think, and they tried to redo some of the things that he did, like the fireworks, but it wasn't the same because when we saw it, they were shooting it at them, not just shooting them up.
Yeah, it was weird. Some of the camera angles were a little weird, but also the production was obviously
20 times better.
But at the same time, that was part of the charm of the original one and why we liked it so much, because it was like goofy shit. Like it looks like he's got a really good camera phone, and it takes pretty decent movies for a camera phone, and that's what they made it on. It was a fucking camera phone.
Yep. But yeah, it wasn't bad for what it was, and it looks like the Bray Wyatt character is dead. I don't know if they're going to do a big repackage or they're going to just change his character completely. I don't know what this means for him.
I doubt it, but
okay.
I
don't know. It looked like they killed the character off. That was just the way I took it.
Well, he also killed Jeff Hardy, and Jeff Hardy just joined him.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens.
Yeah. I would not mind seeing Wyatt do the fucking broken Matt gimmick for a little while.
Yeah.
maybe even do it from a long con and like the Daniel Bryan stuff, but actually stretch it out.
And I enjoyed Rebby doing his opening with the piano. I thought that was awesome.
Could they have made it any more obvious though that she wasn't playing at times?
Yeah, well, she's gonna do it at Mania too, from what I heard for him. If he does it, I don't even know what he's doing at Mania. I guess nothing. So I guess that's not even gonna happen. It was cool seeing Senor Benjamin just pop out. It was a little, a little cool. I mean, it was kind of pissed I didn't see King Max a little, but
during the fighting,
I guess that I don't know.
He cut that whole promo with them, with the kids and everything before it.
Yeah,
when he told Senor Benjamin to prepare the battlefield.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was all right. It was what it was,
Yeah, I didn't have any, like, I wasn't sitting there going, ugh. Like, again, some of it was hokey, some of it was a little long, but for what it was and what they were trying to do, it worked out fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think this cut a lot better than the TNA version.
Yeah, of course.
Leave that to the the WWE crew. Like I said, their production crew is top notch.
Yeah, I mean you can't beat that. Whatever these guys do, they just get it right.
Yeah, like whose idea was it to have the goofy Matt head appear above Vanguard 1? That was it was funny. Yeah, I'm glad to see the Vanguard 1 didn't get hurt this time.
Yeah,
it was very important to me. But
and I guess the last thing was just the Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax stuff. Very predictable where they were going. I just kind of wish she would have demanded the title shot or something, not just got it given to her. But other than that, it is what it is.
Yeah,
it's fine. This is really a grudge match. Really had nothing to do with the title, but
yeah,
exactly. Every title's on the line. It's WrestleMania, so
yeah. And like you said, just just say that then.
Yeah.
You can even make it like you want Nia to be all pissed off and wants to get a revenge or whatever, and you know what, I'm going to take that belt from you, and there's nothing you can do to stop me.
Yeah,
just perfect. Something as simple as that.
Perfect. Simple stuff. But I digress. Anyway, so it looks like we're going to have 14 freaking matches on this card. That is fucking.
All right. WrestleMania starts at like 7 a.m. this year, right?
Yeah, no, starting right after Takeover. Right after Takeover goes up the air. WrestleMania coverage starts.
They'll do the post show for Takeover, followed by the pre show for WrestleMania.
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be a big show. And it's not, and you know how usually it's like 2-3 matches. You look, that's a lot of matches that are, honestly, they're all good. They're all good matchups. It's a lot to look forward to. And now with Daniel Bryan, I mean, it just stepped up another fucking notch. Because now he's gonna wrestle, and that's freaking insane. Like I can't even.
Well, we'll see.
Saying he's gonna wrestle.
I don't know if that one's written in stone yet.
I think it is. The way they what they did today. What else are you gonna do?
I would assume so.
What else are you gonna do at this point? I mean,
well, you could always make it that they're both injured until after Mania.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah,
have Sammy and KO fight each other even though they don't want to fight each other.
But 3 seconds after Jinder Mahal was done in the ring, they told me that was going to be a 3-way.
We'll see. But I'm pretty sure we're getting the tag match.
Yeah, I'm assuming that Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon will be facing Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Yeah. And now it's funny because that match was probably mid-card, lower card. Now it's like that just shot to the top of the card. Or knowing them, they'll probably open with that. Like now it's funny. Now it's like, well, what do you do now? Now you have AJ and Daniel Bryan at the company at the same time. Oh no, we have 2 top baby faces that aren't Roman Reigns. What do we do?
Yeah.
So
and they've been pushing the shit out of Rollins.
Yeah, so I mean,
and to be honest, any of those 3 is probably a better choice right now
to
push as the top baby face than Roman Reigns.
Of course, any of them, any one of the 3.
And again, if you're not shoving Roman Reigns down people's throats, they'll ease up on this shit.
And Braun Strowman, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, he's pretty much the most over guy in the company.
They actually do need to really figure out what they're doing. Hopefully, the shakeup will fix some of the balance issue.
I just wish they would do away with it. Like, it's just...
Oh, I agree, dude. You know me. The second they announced that there was going to be a brand split, I fucking freaked out.
Because here's the thing now, right? So the rumor is AJ's probably going to move to Raw, right? So now we're not going to get AJ and Daniel Bryan. Like, you're already taking a dream match away from us. And like you said, Daniel Bryan has limited time. We don't know what could be his last match.
Yeah, you can always set up a Mania match between the two of them, and it doesn't have to be whatever.
All right, that's a year from now. Who knows what's going to happen in a year?
Well, you got a lot of shit you need Daniel Bryan to do.
I know, but there are a lot of matchups
you have to prioritize, right? You have AJ and Bryan, Nakamura and Bryan.
Kevin Owens, like singles match or with him, you know.
Sure. Although
it was funny. It was funny that people were putting, "Oh, what about Rollins and Bryan?" And I'm like, "We've seen that already." Maybe, I mean, Rollins wasn't at top of his game yet, but you know, we have seen it before when he was in the Shield.
Yeah, that one's not high on my list, but I mean, obviously AJ and Nakamura are top two. Whether you want to,
him and AJ, him and Nakamura, him and Balor, even.
Sure.
There.
Yeah.
It's just
most of this younger class, you'd love to see him fight almost any of them.
Yeah.
No, and I say younger class. I mean, they're all kind of the same age anyway. But the recent WWE signings, I should say.
Yeah. No, I'm with you there. So yeah, it's
because I'm sure the American Dragon and El Generico must have thrown down somewhere.
I don't know. They were, who knows? I'm trying to remember. Bryan's been here for a long time.
Yeah, he wrestled a long time on the Indies too.
Yeah, well, I don't know how long time Generico was out in the on ROH in the Indies while he was there. You know, I don't know how much these guys passed across. That's all I'm saying. Or it might have been at times where one was nowhere near as good as the other, so it's not the matchup you would think.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's like I don't know if you ever saw there was a match between CM Punk when he was like a kid, like looked like a punk kid fighting Eddie Guerrero in his prime, you know.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, but at least they cross paths. At least they share the ring, right?
Yeah.
That's something Punk can, Punk the kid growing up loving wrestling, that Punk, had to have been thrilled.
Oh yeah.
To this day that if he told you an honest moment, kind of thing. But who knows?
All right, but so WrestleMania is looking fun. So should be a fun room.
And that's the thing. Booking is always weird around this time of year, but you know what? Generally speaking, WrestleMania doesn't disappoint.
No,
there's some things that we don't like about it. There's some endings that we haven't liked in the past couple of years, maybe. But overall, WrestleMania, as much as I'd love to see them do a little bit more grandiose entrances and shit like that, harken back to the old days kind of shit. But usually you get top-notch matches put together. Whether those matches come through or not, we'll see. Some of them have, some of them haven't. But especially the past, 5-ish years, there's been some really good Manias. At least at least looking at the Mania card, it's been some really good ones.
Yeah. Anything else you want to touch on, or?
I think we covered pretty much everything.
Yep, I agree. So as always, check us out on Facebook, on Twitter. Subscribe on YouTube. Check us out there. I'm starting to play with our Instagram account a little more, so trying to get having fun up there. So follow us on there also if you get a chance. And I think that's it.
Cool. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching if you saw us here on YouTube. And we'll check you out again soon.
Yep. Thanks for listening and watching.